Okay, let's try this again. So negative x, so that's 2, minus 3 would be negative 1. And then y minus 2, that's not going to change. That's still negative 1 3/4. So really only your x's are going to change if you filled that in like I asked you to. Okay, the next one, if I plugged in negative 1, it would be positive 1 minus 3, which is negative 2. And what's the y coordinate?
-3 halves.
Yep. Good. If we plug in 0, that one's 0 minus 3, so that's negative 3. And if we plug in 1, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Plug in 1, that's negative 1 minus 3, which is negative 4. And 2 minus 2 is 0. Plug in 2, negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, so what's the y, or the horizontal asymptote? Negative 2. It's that blue highlighted part. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. And let's graph these points. So negative 1 3/4, negative 2, negative 1 1/2, negative 3 and negative 1, negative 4 and 0, negative 5 and 2. Growth or decay? It is definitely a decay. Questions? Okay, for k of x, we want to first start, there are no negatives. There's not a negative in front of the 2, and there's not a negative with the x plus 2. So we don't have any reflections. But this x plus 2, what does it do? Yep. It's a positive x plus 2. So that's x equals negative 2, and you're right. It shifts left 2. Okay, and then what does the minus 5 do?
Shifts down.
Yeah. I tried to color code it so you can kind of see what goes with what, why that is, etc., etc. So we have our regular old 2 to the x, which is our xy. And then we have our k of x, which is 2 to the x plus 2 minus 5. So how would I change the x and the y? Go ahead.
Sorry, x minus 2.
Yep.
And then y minus 5.
Very good. And that's because it shifted left 2, which means that's the x that's involved. And it shifted down 5, so that's the 5. That's the y involved. Okay, our x's from before are negative 2 and 1/4. We're just rewriting these down each time. Now I'm going to let you fill these in. Oh, I forgot to do the domain and range of the last one. I'll go back and do that in a minute. So let me forget. Now I'm going to call on you. Everybody's going to get one, so make sure you're filling in the X and the Y. If you're stopping on something, let me know. Okay, Donna, what's the first one? Okay, so if I plug negative 2 right here for that X. There you go. That's all you gotta do. Hazella, what about the next one, the Y?
I put in 19/4.
19/4 is right, except for it's negative.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Which is also negative 4 3/4. So, same thing. Tyler, what about the X coordinate on the next one?
Negative 3.
Very good. Kendrick, the Y coordinate? Yeah, negative 4 1/2. Yes. What you do is you take 1/2 minus 5, which is 10/2. And that would be negative 9 1/2, which is negative 4 1/2. Good. Okay, what about the next one, Amaria? Yep. And the Y coordinate, Shelby?
I thought negative 6.
Let's see.
I wasn't sure.
It's Y. So 1 is Y. So it's 1 minus 5.
Is it negative 4 instead?
Yep. Good. Okay, Jenna, what about X?
Negative 1.
Good. Cameron, Y?
Negative 3.
Good. Berkeley, X?
0.
Yep. And Jose, Y?
Negative 1.
Good. Anybody have questions on any of those? Sure. I wish you could see my facial expression. I'm making lots of them with my mouth. You just can't see them.
You stopped putting in the clear ones that you have.
Yeah, I should wear those again. The problem was I'd breathe in and I'd taste plastic. Of course, is it better to taste this? I don't know. Okay, so graph. Let's see. I'm gonna do the y-intercept or the horizontal asymptote first, which is what? -5. It's whatever is added or subtracted on the end. So that is indeed y equals -5. Okay. Now we're going to graph it. So we just graph those points. We have -4, -4 3/4, -3, -4.5. Let's see, -2, -4, -1, -3, 0, -1. So it looks something like that. So I got to do the domain and range for both of those. Does anybody know what the domain is for both of them?
-infinity.
Yeah, it's just all of them. So if I'm looking at this one, put it under here. Domain is -infinity to infinity. Somebody else want to give me the range?
For the first one?
Yeah, for the first one, the top one.
Would it be -2 to infinity?
Yep. The lowest it can be is -2, and it goes up to infinity. So for the next one, domain is still -infinity to infinity. Range, say that again. Yeah. The lowest one is -5, and then it goes up forever, so it's -5 to infinity. That make sense, Amara? Okay, good.